A legacy status business doesn't stop when you stop your grind. It continues on even when you're sleeping if you build it right. Legacy status business is when you get to the point where you've figured out all the first 4 steps that we've talked about previously. How to scale fastly, how to delegate, how to develop people, how to break through limiting thoughts, and how to master sales and master delegation. Now we're talking about tying all those 4 pieces together into an operating system with processes. That way the company can run without you. A legacy business is one that you can sell or hand down, and it's still going to continue to operate well. Obviously, just like anything, like a truck, it needs its oil change, it needs to be maintained, but I want to help every single one of you watching this video be able to get to legacy status business. That's where we built our portfolio companies, and we're excited to help you do yours today. A lot of companies, we've seen the baby boomers, and there's a lot of baby boomers, 50, 60 years old, that are still stuck on the truck. They're still stuck in the business, trying to figure it out, trying to recruit the right people. And they've been doing the same thing for 20 years, and they just can't figure it out. And so if they can really take the advice that we're talking about and put it into play in the next 3 years, churn their company into a legacy status. But if they continue on with where they're going now, they're not going to have anything worth selling or handing down to the next generation, because the next generation will not enjoy it, because they'll see how stressful, how miserable it's been for their father or for their parent that was running the business. When a business steals a childhood, that child's not going to want to have that same life and to have that generational pattern. They're going to walk away from it.
Yep.
They're going to say, I have no interest in it. I've talked to so many people and heard that story so many times, but I've also heard many times successful companies that run well without the owner, the kid wanting to step in and run the company, be the CEO, because he has seen the childhood that it was able to give him and the relationship that it was able to give them as they were growing up as a family.
Yeah.
And so that's what I think about when I hear legacy in business. And that's what we want to help people create, right?
Yeah, absolutely. You don't want to be a victim. You don't want your family to be a victim of your venture. And then you've maybe not fully neglected, but you weren't maybe fully there for decades of your life. And then you hit the end, and what have you really built to pass on? Like Bailey was saying, your children have said, this has been a stressful life so far. Dad hasn't been really around. Mom's been stressed out. We're always talking about this business, and the business is always at the forefront of our conversations. And we're really the big fruits of that labor. Not interested in continuing to maybe pick up the reins and work for the family company. So they go on their own path, and then potentially your business stops right there with you.
Absolutely. 3 things that these businesses are typically built on. It's on people, processes, and purpose. So the legacy is built through people. So developing leaders, those are the people that really keep it going while you're not there. Is when you can develop leaders and delegate, and you can cast a vision to them, so that way they can take that vision and continue to run with it after they've been trained. The next thing is processes. Number 2 is processes. So people 1, number 2, processes. Systems are how you protect your standards. Right now, Leif is creating a standard for some of our new designers that he's mentoring. You cannot go outside these boxes. It has to be to this quality, or else it's got to be redone. So systems protect your standards, and without them, the business dies in chaos, and it can't survive without a micromanager. Do this, do that. Document everything, from how you answer the phones to how you deliver the product. That's what makes your business sellable or scalable, or handing down to the next generation. It's got to be a repeatable process without having a dry delivery. It still can have a personable delivery and be very well received by a customer, but it has to follow a certain system every single time. It has to be consistent.
For everything.
Everything. And number 3 is purpose, also known as vision. Money is the engine, but the purpose is the fuel. You got to have a purpose. Our purpose here is to create freedom for business owners in their personal, in their business lives, because of the fact that we've seen so many business owners end up in divorce, end up in distressed families, and ruin their lives. We believe that it doesn't have to be like that. Business is challenging, but it is simple. And so we are here, we stand to develop you guys and turn you guys into something creative and something incredible. And so that is what our purpose is. And so whatever your purpose is, you need to define it for your company, because people stand for purpose, and that's going to give these other people buy-in, because they can align with their heart and their vision and know that they're having a positive impact on the world. So a legacy business always circle back to the why it exists and who it serves, how it's impacting, and what it represents. So if you don't have those three things, I want you to stop and I want you to focus in on getting those taken care of.
Yeah.
Can you tell the story about our first portfolio company, our landscape company, that we made so many mistakes and failed forward in? I want you to kind of tell a little bit of the story about how did that become a legacy status company, and why is it a legacy status company?
Allowing myself to run the day-to-day, him take that step back, and then develop the people below my position and so forth. That was really, in my opinion, that turning point.
The question for you guys to ask yourself is, go back and listen to this 5-punch series of podcasts that we're doing, and listen to it all the way from start to finish, and understand, start to circle things. Oh man, maybe I do struggle with delegation. That is a clear roadmap from podcast 1 to where we are now, is a pretty clear roadmap. And if there's anything that's unclear, comment on the video, ask questions. We'll shoot you a response. We want you guys to be able to know where your bottleneck is, know where you're falling short, because we want to join arms with you, join our community, and we will grow and build something incredible together alongside with you, and be here to answer questions of what you guys have.
And kind of going into that, like the 3 things: people, processes, and purpose. I do feel like a lot of the generation that's getting ready to retire do have that purpose set, but they don't have the ability to delegate to people to become leaders. And then the processes, it's all in their head. Like it's all within them. They know exactly what to do. They don't take the time to teach those leaders and knowing exactly what to do. It's within them. Once they're gone, where do they go? They just kind of disappear, in a sense. It's like a lost art.
And it's comfortable being in your comfort zone.
Exactly.
Right? So you run your business for so many years, you're comfortable doing the work yourself. You may think, oh yeah, I'd love to grow, but that's going to entail X, Y, Z. That sounds like a huge undertaking. I'll just keep doing this myself. And
Exactly.
The legacy can kind of get lost in there. So coming out of that comfort zone of your nice little bubble where everything's organized for you and within you and your system, it's gonna be a big deal to create a little discomfort, get outside that zone, to do some delegation. And can tell you, once you start little by little and start to see the benefits from that, it becomes easier and easier to delegate as you go.
If these things sound like you, be convicted. This is your message for you to wake up. It only takes a couple years, maybe 2 to 3 years, to bring your company from it's been the same thing for 10, 20 years to being a legacy company. Now those 2 to 3 years, they're gonna be uncomfortable. You're gonna have to break limiting thoughts. You're gonna have to learn how to speed things up. You're gonna have to learn how to delegate and build leaders. You're gonna have to learn how to develop people and companies, and it's not that hard. It is simple, but it's challenging. And we will help you step by step go through this process to have something where you can either hand down to your children or your nieces or your nephews, or you can take it, cash out, and have a great retirement. But so many people are selling out to private equity for only 1 times their revenue, when they could be 2 to 3 times or 4 times their EBITDA, there's so many different ways to calculate different industry businesses, but what I'm trying to communicate is you can sell your business for nothing, or you can sell it for a lot and cash out for your retirement. And the only thing that it really can take is maybe 2 to 3 years of getting uncomfortable, breaking your habits, and diving in. But I promise you, once you're in it, it's not as bad as it may seem from the outside. Fail forward. Take your first step. If you can get uncomfortable and accomplish this, you're going to change so many people's lives. You're going to create a better future for your employees, for your own family. You're going to create freedom. And you might even get to the point in 3 years after you finish this process that everything is running so smooth without you. You just keep the company and collect a check. And that's what a legacy building business is. One that can run without you. It runs on the people, processes, and purpose that you've created and written down. And you have something incredible that people will praise you for and people will be happy to show up to work for.
On that thought, I kind of liken it to building a house, right? You got to collect the team. You got to collect, the team collects all your building materials. You got to destroy a little bit of land. You got to make a pretty decent sized mess. You got to come up with a system and the contractor and the blueprint and everything has to come together. A lot of discomfort, a lot of dust, a lot of mess. Maybe you smashed a finger or two hammering something in the wall. It's all discomfort. But after a year or two, you're chilling by the pool, you're chilling in your bed, you're having fun in the backyard, you're playing football, you get to go inside, relax in a nice air conditioning environment. It's worth all that work. And the house is built, it's sitting there. Your children are now living in it. You pass along, now it's their home, it's your legacy, now they're living in it. So getting past and through that discomfort zone, making that mess, finding some things out the hard way, you will pop out on the other end thanking your past self.
100%. And it's just like anything. It's what you put in is what you put out. And don't be discouraged that you've hit 10-year plateau or a 30-year plateau. Be motivated.
It's never
it
too
is
late.
2025, baby. We are going into 2026.
We have the resources.
Yes.
It's there. It's out there.
Through the technology, the support, the people in this group, it is time to have fun. Business, when it's successful and cash flowing, and it's built on repeatable systems and great leaders, you're not dealing with all the no-shows. Like, great leaders are showing up and they're executing on the processes and they're bought into the vision and the purpose. Oh my gosh.
Oh, and I think
that's fun.
The fun aspect is one that we haven't brushed up on too much because we're literally having fun. Yeah. So we kind of forget to tell our people to have fun. But one of the, as an entrepreneur, you are built for, we love to work, we love to build, we love to provide, we love to come up with ideas. That is fun to us, right? So none of this should be, at the end of the day, not having fun, right? There are going to be growing pains and, challenges coming along the way. But one of our ultimate goals is to have fun running the business we want to run and we've created, and you've spent so much time building. It should be fun. And following these steps, challenging your mind, your mindset, your processes, and getting things organized will equate to having more fun running your business. It'll just simply become more enjoyable as you grow.
Exactly.
Absolutely. And I think something that I'm excited about is being able to help these people, whether, I've spoken a lot to those people who have plateaued for many years, but the people that are just getting started and are like, man, that sounds like a cool business. I want to encourage you to just focus on the three steps, outline them, people, processes, and purpose. Like, write those down. Even if you're just starting out, write those down. They're not going to be perfect. Those are going to change. But it gives you a vision point. So when you're hiring your next person or you have one employee, you're sharing that vision. You're sharing those things. Hey, this is what we're doing. This is where we're going. This is how we're doing it. And you can get to this a lot faster. You can have a legacy business within just a few years of starting and opening your doors. Or it could take you 30 years. So I want to encourage people, You can build an amazing, robust business that can operate without you, give your family and your personal self freedom that you've never experienced if you follow this system. I'm excited to help build your business so you can have more freedom.